Hi. Okay, Julius is there. And Lisa, good morning. Well, I'm waiting for a few of you. Great. Sounds good, Julius. Brooks is there. Glad you made it this time, Brooks. Okay, so we're going to take a look at redox reactions. Once everybody's here, that's our goal for today. And Yo says yo. Good morning, Yo. Glad everybody's here. Anybody else, tell me hello so I know who you are. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you so far. Hopefully some others will join us here in the morning. Remy is here. Good morning, Remy. Redox, it says RXN. And Brooks, that's short for reaction in chemistry. So this says reactions. Stephanie's here. Good morning, Stephanie. Everybody's looking good. Appreciate everybody getting up here in the morning. And Jonathan is here as well. Super. While we're gathering up, can I ask you, the periodic table trend sheet, did I assign the back yet? Because I'd like to do that this week. I don't think I sent it to you. Did I? No, says Brooks. Thank you very much. Okay, then I'll send that this week. It's not particularly hard, and I don't think it will take you that long, but we'll take any questions that you might have on it. Only the front. Thanks, Remy. Okay, so we'll send that out here in a little bit. Don't want you to get bored. Heaven forbid you should get bored. Okay. And anybody else that's new that would join us. Okay. MRB, is that Mick? Am I remembering right? And Tully's here and UCN is here. Hold on. There's Tully. There's UCN. And, oh, there's a bunch of you here. Okay. Frederica and Marino are here. Frederica, good. Marino, good. And Emelina is here. Good. Yes, and it is Mick. Okay, I'm remembering right. Thank you, Mick. Do I have Tilly here yet? Do I have Jordan, Keanu, Coco, or Emil? Do I have David, Aaron, or Matthew? If any of those are here, please let me know by saying hello. I'll ask again in a little bit. Okay, so our first goal is a chemistry goal. We're going to talk about redox reactions. So first, I'm going to try and give you an idea of what that is. So find a place to write. Redox means reduction, oxidation. Redox. Okay. Tilly's having technical issues at the moment. Thank you, Tilly. We'll see if she can get on. Hope so. If not, I'll send her the video later. Reduction means what with electrons? Who remembers from last time? Or oxidation means what with electrons? See if you can remember. Hint, oil rig. Oil rig. So what's happened with either reduction or oxidation with electrons? You'll see why I'm asking this in just a moment. So check your notes from last time and see if we can get an answer. Tilly is there. Okay, great. Thank you, Tilly. And reduction is gaining, yes, from the rig. So this is gaining electrons. And let's see if somebody else did oxidation. Yeah, oxidation from Emelina is losing. Thank you, Emelina. So this is losing electrons. Now, doesn't that sound like a smart deal? One is gaining, the other's losing. Now you know why we call it redox. Because if I have one gaining, probably somebody else is losing, right? So the two go hand in hand. If I got reduction, I also got oxidation happening always. One doesn't really happen without the other. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, so I'm going to have you write some half reactions for these. By half, I mean one will be undergoing reduction, the other oxidation. Okay, so example. Write half reactions for, let's do Na and Cl. Now you can do this in either word or symbols. Remember we did word reactions or symbol reactions? Maybe we'll do both here. And I'm putting that over there because I got everybody checked in who's here. Do you not know what to do? I'll start you off. Okay. So Na electrons to become and then Cl electrons to become okay? So that'll kind of get you going. All right, so Marino says Na is going to Na plus. Good. Okay, so he's right. And how about somebody else? So if it's going to Na plus, it's electrons. Electrons. So somebody knew what's it doing if it's becoming Na plus. You got it. UCN and others losing. So losing. Got to write small here. So Na is losing electrons to become Na plus, losing one per atom. But if I got a bunch of Nas, they're losing a bunch of electrons. And then the Cl is electrons to become, oh, everybody's in there now. Good. And Emil is there. Did I write you down, Emil? No, I did not. Okay, got to tell me when you're here. Anybody else here still looking for Jordan, Keanu, Coco, David, Aaron, Matthew? If you're there, tell me you're there. Keanu's here. Please check in when you come online. Thank you very much. Okay, can somebody do chlorine now? Chlorine, good. Marino has it. It's gaining electrons to become Cl minus. So I'll write here, gain electrons, gaining, how about that? To become Cl minus. Good. Now, which one is undergoing oxidation? Which one's undergoing reduction? Just seeing if you understand the words. So try and make a quick type in your guess. Which one is reducing? Which one is oxidizing? Is another way to say it. Is reducing. Is oxidizing. So let me have you fill in the blank. So, so Na is Cl is Which one's doing what? You got it. Okay, Cl is reduction, so it's reducing. Thank you, Brooks. And that means Na is oxidized. Here I should say is oxidizing. Sorry, reducing. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to use it like a verb. So Cl is reducing, right? And then let's use it as a verb again. So Na is, somebody else say it too? Remy did as well. Yeah, good. So oxidizing. Good. Now I'm running out of room, so I'm going to do the rest up at the top. You can continue down the page. So we're going to write the oxidation half reaction. We're going to write it in symbols now. And we're going to write the reduction half reaction. Okay, so I did Na in blue, so I'll just keep with blue, I guess. I'm going to start you off here. We got Na. And in green, I guess I'll do Cl. So now it's more like a math thing like we did last time. So we did it in words. Na is losing electrons to become Na plus, and Cl is gaining electrons to become Cl minus. Now we're going to put how many, and we're going to make it like a little math equation with an arrow. Okay? So we did words, now we're going to do symbols. So who can help me out? So Na, and by the way, the arrow symbol on your keyboard, to get an arrow, you can do dash, dash, greater than sign. So it looks like this. Okay? So that's how to make an arrow. Please don't do an equal sign because that's math class. That's not really what's going on in chemistry. So dash, dash, greater than, to punch in an arrow. So I'm going to give you a hand here. The arrow comes right away. Here I got, oops, here I got a little something going on, then I got the arrow here, okay? All right, and from Brooks and Marino, I think you're trying, but I don't really have it other than giant arrows. I don't really have anything for you. So what's after the arrow for the Na? And what's before and after for the Cl? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask everybody. Okay, Lisa's got one. Let's go for that. So Lisa says she's got Na is going to Na plus because it's losing an electron. And here's how we show that losing an electron. Oh, plus an electron. That's what flies off. So that's the oxidation half reaction. Why half reaction? Because it's half of the story. Somebody else, could you do the... Stephanie had it too. Thank you, Stephanie. Somebody else, could you do the Cl, the reduction half reaction? The reduction half reaction. Try and punch that in. I'm going to blow my nose while you're writing. Okay, I'll change to green and let's see if somebody's got it. Tully's got it. Nice. She says I got to take Cl and it's gaining an electron, so she's going to write electron over here. And then she writes Cl minus on the other side. Bang, 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 bang. That's exactly right. Okay, now we're going to do something we've never done before. Okay. Everybody's got it. Woo! Thank you. Tilly's there too, and Remy, thank you. Good job, everybody. Now we're going to kind of combine them. You might have done this in algebra class. If you haven't, well, you're going to do it now. So here we go. We're going to combine them. And we're going to do the redox reaction. You ready? Here we go. Now, we're going to add these two equations. We're going to add this one and this one. But here's the funny thing. What happens in math class if these really were equals, what if I had something on one side, on one equation, and something on the same thing on the other side? What do these two things do if they're the same on both sides and I'm trying to add them together? In other words, what will the electrons do mathematically? What will the electrons do mathematically here when I add these equations together? We're going to add this one and this one, the oxidation and reduction half reactions. They add up, well, no, they don't. They're on opposite sides. So I got one there and one on the product side, one on the reactant side. Okay, one person's got it. They don't exactly switch, Amy, because they're the same thing. And they don't switch, Remy. There's one on each side already. They don't have to switch. I'm not sure why you're saying switch. No, what they do is they're already, one is on a product side, one's on the reactant side. If I add these two together, so this reaction plus this whole thing, then these suckers cancel out. So let's write over here, the electrons cancel. Does that mean they're disappearing? No. Wait for the rest of the story. Now let's bring down what's left. Okay, so on the reactant side of this one, I got Na plus, well, I don't have anything else. Okay, down here I got plus Cl, and then I got just arrows. And what's left over here? Oh, I got Na plus, and I got Cl minus, plus Cl minus. Aha! So really what's happening is the electrons are going directly from Na to Cl, making the Na plus and the Cl minus. So this is my redox reaction. It's showing everything happening in one step. Cool, huh? It is kind of cool because it gives you the whole picture here in one step, okay? I'm going to have you try one. In fact, I might have you try a couple of them for an assignment, a pretty light assignment. But first, I want to pause and see if you have questions. Yeah, okay, so several have figured out that they do cancel out. In the same way that if I have like an X and an X in math class on different sides of reactions, they also will cancel out if I add up the reactions together. I'll make a little space while you're thinking. See if you have any questions. Let's have us try one. We're just gonna add it together and see what we get. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna give you the two reactions. So here's the oxidation. So it's going to be Mg becomes or forms Mg2 plus 2 electrons. I know you've done that before. That's why I'm giving it to you. And the reduction could be what? O plus 2 electrons forms O2 minus. So my question now is, excuse me, can you come up with the redox reaction? So what would be the redox reaction? So see if you can write it down below. Again, we're adding these two together. Okay, this sucker plus this whole reaction. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, can you try and write in what you'd get for the redox reaction, just like we did up here? So see if you can do that for fun. Thank you. So just like we did the one in red, let's do this one down here. And I'll do it in red in a moment, as soon as I get a guess from you. Hey, Stephanie's got a guess already. And it's looking pretty good. Let's see if some others come up with the same thing. Sometimes it takes a little time for your response to get to me. It is. Brooks has got the same thing almost. He needs a minus sign, but other than that, I think you guys agree. So let's do it in red. These guys say that I got Mg plus O form. And I'm going to look. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so, and Marino has it as well. So I'm going to look back at Tully's, and she's got Mg. Oh, you got it a little goofy, Tully. Fix that, would you? You got Mg twice. So we got Mg. Well, first off, I think a lot of you figured out that the electrons cancel. So bump, bump, right? Because they're on opposite sides, so they cancel. Okay, so I got Mg2 plus. Plus, I'll just look on somebody else's. Yeah, I need a. There it is. Brooks has it now. So O2 minus. O2 minus is the charge. Yeah? Okay. If you got that, raise your hand. Good. A lot of you got it. Nice. Okay, super. You've come a long way. So that's what happens in the world. That's a lot of chemistry. All sorts of things happen, and they're actually redox reactions. Somebody gains and somebody loses electrons, and that's just the way it is. I can't have one without the other. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay. That's really what I wanted to teach you today. So what we're going to do is I want to spend some other time. First, I want to see if you got any questions. Okay? And then, if not, I'm going to ask you an entirely different question. Okay, then here we go. I want to take a few minutes and talk to you now about online learning. And I want to just ask you straight away, so far, how is it going? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How is it going? Because you've had a week and a half of this, right? You also had it, yeah, you guys were in the high school. You had it back in March or April as well. Okay, so I got a thumbs up. I got it's going good. What is not going good, or what could we improve on as teachers or as students? So in other words, yeah, lots of thumbs up. Thank you. Takes me a while before I get your feedback. So do you have anything that either I could do better or other teachers could do better? So how can teachers improve So anything you can think of that teachers can do better. Well, I'm not sure, Brooks, if that's a real, serious suggestion. Okay, I'm going to erase this and see if you guys think of anything. In other words, do you have any problems with teachers at this point where you want to tell them, hey, I wish you could do this differently, including me? So anything we can improve on. Anything that could go better. Interesting. So Lisa comments that some of you are getting group projects, and it's hard to incorporate with how with the other people in your group. Yeah, I can imagine that. So that might be under student. Okay, how can students improve? Some classes Some classes give more group work. I don't have a lot of that other than labs, and I can't really have you do so many labs here. And I got some agreement with Lisa there. Okay, how can students improve? Um, I'll write as a question: how to work with group members more easily. Has anybody had some success with that? So if you've had some group work, what has made it easier to work with other members in your group? And as you're commenting there, I'll see if there's any other comments on both sides. Jonathan says it depends on who it is. Yeah, sometimes we can pick our group members, sometimes we can't. So that's something we can't change probably as students. Okay, you write them a message and they do nothing. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, to respond to messages, what is a way to get people to respond to messages? My comments from you are going so quick. I'm going to write something that comes to mind. I'm going to suggest you call them if you have their telephone number. I know it's old fashioned, but if they don't respond, it is a way to get them on the phone and ask them what's going on. So you could call them or you could use the class chat, because I think most of you are going to check your class chat, even if you're not checking your school email. So there's a couple suggestions from me, and you might have some others. Okay, let me read some other things that you guys are saying. Marino, I put this at 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, I thought I put it at the correct time. My apologies. No, I had to do it 11. In other words, it should be done by the time we're done. I didn't have it starting at 11, I don't think, Marino. Just look at the starting time next time. Okay, let's see what Lisa says. Teachers sometimes do not give how you can do it. We have to do a project in French, and I don't know how to do it technically. Okay, so teachers could give better instructions. Is that what we want to say, maybe? On how to do homework. I will pass that along to my fellow teachers. And I will say, if I had problems, I would probably write them individually, but I'm sure you guys do that already because you're a lot of good students. So I will pass that along to try and give better instructions for how to do a project. And if I'm not giving good instructions, ask me as well. Okay, let's see what other comments you have. If you have hands raised, they're not picking those students. Jonathan, you may want to write the teacher and ask them. Sometimes teachers don't know how to use that hands raised thing. You know what I'm saying? So you may want to ask them if they could use that button and see who has their hand raised and call on those people. So you may want to write them personally, politely, dear Bob, dear Ms. or Mr. or whoever, could you please call on those of us that raise our hands in the next live stream? Thank you. Please look at the hand raised button, okay? To give them a little heads up, Jonathan, because some of us may not know how to use that. We're not all so technically perfect sometimes. Okay. Some teachers ask if a day works for that meeting, then they don't put a meeting on that day. Yeah, that's irritating. I try to do the opposite. I make up a meeting, and then if it doesn't work, I will cancel it. But normally, we're supposed to use the meetings during our class times. Okay, that's what I do with you. So I hope teachers are doing that because that's what they told us to do. Teachers should be using the meetings of your class times at school. Okay, and some do it 24 hours. You know what they told us, Tilly, is they told us to do everything before 8 in the morning. And I do not do that. I'm afraid I go against the administration's wishes. I try and do it the day before. But if a teacher wants a meeting at 8 and they're supposed to give the invitation at a quarter to 8, you can see the problem there. So I like to give the invitation at least a day ahead of time, but I'm not sure all teachers are doing that. If a teacher's really cutting it close, it's okay to write them politely and say, dear Ms. or Mr. Dear Frau, could you please let us know the day before if we have a meeting? Thank you. So be polite, but feel free to contact your teachers and give them some feedback politely. Okay? We really do change if we don't know we're doing something. Sometimes we make mistakes too. Teachers need to give us more tech support. Remy, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe a little more clarification? Because I would like more tech support too, but I just don't have it at home. What could we give you? And then I'll read some other comments as well. Right? Okay. When they're presenting, they don't see that you have your hands raised. Good. So Lisa and others about the hand raised button, you may want to either do one of two things. Physically, if it's a Google Meet and they can see you, keep your camera on and physically do this. Keep your hand up or hit the hand raised button and later privately write them and ask them if they could please use that button to see who has a question. Because they may not know that they can touch that button and see who has a question. Okay? So you may want to have to help them a little bit with technology. Some of us aren't the youngest anymore. Some teachers are better than others at it. Okay. And Stephanie, that's a real problem. If they say there's a meeting and they don't have it. I did that once accidentally, and I apologize profusely to the class. I try not to do that. Okay. So I hope if teachers are making meetings, they're actually showing up as we need to. And Engel says some teachers should have more Google Meets. Well, that's a good thing. they've asked us to do this at least once a week. So I'm checking in with you today. Next time I'll probably have you work on that assignment, but I'll tell you what to do with it. Yeah, and I wonder if I can tell my fellow teachers this too, but are there some of your teachers that are not meeting with you at all? Or are they all trying to meet with you at least once a week? So how many times are teachers meeting with you? And some teachers should have less meets. Okay, that's good to know too. So some teachers should have more Google Meets, some less. Now, you and I only meet 2 hours a week, so I feel like one Google Meet a week for you and I is okay. But I know some classes like German and English meet more often, so probably at least a couple. Let's see what you say. German has no meets. Okay. They should probably change that because it's important that you speak German as well. Some don't meet at all. What's the max meets? Okay. Google Meets. Okay, so you guys are 8D. No Google Meets at all. I'm writing myself a note. I'm going to talk to Mr. Krupski and Frau Hinrichsen and let them know that some of yours are not meeting at all because that's not so cool. We are supposed to meet with you because you know what? You guys sometimes have questions. We want to be able to answer your questions. You know what I mean? That's our job. So I'd like to get your teachers meeting you at least once a week. Let's see what other comments you have. Mostly once a week is okay, says Julius. Okay, music has not met at all. German has no meets. Okay. So music and German. Thank you. And I'll see if there's anything else I can help you with. We did tell them about this today. Then I'll let that sit if you told them, Tully. Thank you. So your meeting may be too much with math, huh? Although maybe he really likes you, okay, and wants to meet with you all the time. Yeah, 8 is just normal school time. Yeah. So I can't tell him not to meet with you at 8, as much as you would like to sleep in. Okay. If you have a class at 8, then you have to be able to meet at 8. But at least you don't have to like get to school, right? It saves you a little time. You don't have to get up so early. Okay. Good. All right. That is, I hope, helpful for you. And I'm going to take this and this to the administration and I'll write them. So I'm going to leave you a little early so I have time to write an email. I will see. Tilly has one more thing. Let's see what she's got to say. Okay, it may be excessive. Okay, so work and meetings is a lot, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Very well. Good. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your feedback. I will take that to the administration right now. I'm going to write an email. And I think I'm going to wish you a good day. I will not meet with you this week. I'm going to send you an assignment to work on, but I think it's very doable. And I'll be clear about what the instructions are. And I'll say have a good rest of your week. And I'll probably see you then next Tuesday for another meet for some new stuff. Okay? Good talking to you. Stay healthy. Thank you for the feedback. And see you next week. Bye.